Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to do a colorful cut crease. I don't know what direction I'm going with quite yet, but we will figure that out as we go. So if you are curious on how I this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so I did already prime my eyelids and did my eyebrows off camera. I primed my eyelids with the Maybelline Master Concealer in the shade Light. And I do not set it, so I just put it on my eyelids and move on to the next step. Since I am going for a colorful look, I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of my colorful palettes, of course. So I'm gonna start off with the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm gonna use this Morphe brush. It's not so much a blending brush, but I am going for a full cut crease, so it does help finding my crease a little bit better. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go into this shade right here. It's like a light Pepto-Bismol pink. So you dust off the product, and then you just kind of start finding your crease and kind of work way above it like that. And you do want to round it out. Like usually I like my looks really nice and sharp, but for this case scenario, since I am going for a full cut crease, I would want to round out fully. And once you have it like this, we move on to the next step. I am trying really hard to like this palette, so we're gonna highlight my brow bone with this today. We'll go in with Beba Girl because it looks nice and iridescent. Going in with this small pencil brush. I'm sorry if I sound a little groggy or sick. Allergy season got me fucked up this year. I don't know what it is, but next I'm gonna grab this really precise blending brush and grab that pink, bright pink shade off the palette, and then kind of add it below the pink I just did, but slightly lower. And with this palette, it's super cheap, and even though you don't think you're getting a lot of pigmentation at first, if you start building it up, it actually works so good. It's one of my favorite palettes. So that's what I have so far. Alright, so since the pink I was looking for isn't exactly the pink I want, I'm going to grab my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I am going to grab the pink shade in here. So it's called Bori. And just using the same blending brush I was using, just because I do want to brighten it up. And it really is brighter. Alright, so now that I deepened up the pink on this eye, I'm going to do that to the other eye, and I will show you the next step. So now I'm grabbing a smaller crease brush, like a really tiny crease brush. This one's by IB Beauty. I'm just going to grab this purple shade in the palette. It's called Zobo. And I'm just going to add that where my crease is, so above it. So this is my eyelid, and since I do cut my crease a little bit above my normal one, I'm just gonna deepen it up right in here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease I'll be going in with this flat brush that I always use to cut my crease and this concealer, and I'm just gonna start from inner corner to outer corner, and I am doing the full, like, half moon, I guess. I'm doing the full effect. So I start by adding it to my lid, kind of work my way in. Okay, so I went ahead and cut my entire crease, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other eye, and then I will show you my next step. Alright, so after cutting both of my creases, 10 minutes later, definitely take your time. I recommend you guys take your time instead of rushing it, because then you're fucked if you don't, you know, you did all that work for nothing. Alright, so the first shade I'm gonna put on my lid is this bright yellow shade right here. And I'm gonna center it on my lid. Alright, so now that this yellow shade is on my lid, I look crazy. The next shade I'm gonna grab is this one right here, a bright orange, and I'm gonna add that to the outer corner of the yellow. Alright, so now that I added the orange, I'm gonna go ahead and go back into that yellow to make sure it didn't fade out, and just kind of reapply that as well. So now that I did almost the whole entire crease, I'm gonna add this shade right here, this orange shade off the Juvia's palette. It's called Cairo. A pencil brush like this. It's a really big one. Okay, so for the last step on the cut crease, before I move on to this eye, is I'm gonna grab this highlight shade right here. It's called Mahu, and I'm gonna grab a small brush the size of like this and grab some of that on the brush, and then I'm just gonna apply that in the center where I applied the yellow. So I'm just gonna grab a different shade. I'm gonna grab the gold shade out of my Too Faced palette. It's called Chocolate Gold. And I'm gonna grab that gold and I'm gonna put it on there. Alright, so this is what I have so far for the cut crease. I'm going to go ahead and do what I just did on this eye, and then I'm going to be right back to show you what I do next. Okay, so now that I did the look on both of my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this NYX glitter liner, and it's in the shade Crystal Gold. And I'm just going to outline the cut crease to kind of define where I did the cut crease, and you can kind of distinguish the orange from the purples. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put on some mascara. This is the Smashbox Superfan Mascara in the shade Black. So I'm gonna let this dry and then kind of clear that up. But anyways, I am gonna grab my NYX matte liquid liner, and I am going to very hopefully, crossing my fingers, I'm going to try to line my top line to prepare them for lashes, since once again my eyelashes are so thin. So now that I did, you know, my very thin eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and put on my falsies, which are going to be the Wispy 600 by Ardell Beauty. And I'm going to do my foundation and everything else so I can show you what I do with my lower lash line. So I will be right back to show you my next step. Alright guys, so now that I have almost everything done with my face and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did to my inner corner. So I went ahead and went in with the Luna by Luna highlighter in the shade Electra. And I went ahead and added that to my inner corner and a little bit on my brow bone, since that Bretman Rock palette didn't really do what I wanted it to do. Lower lash line, I'm going to grab a small pencil brush and the Take Me to Brazil palette. And first I'm going to start off with the first shade I started with, which is this Pepto-Bismol pink. And then well, this one's a little bit more like that, but anyways, this one right here, and I'm going to blend these two together. So I'm going to start off with this one first and then go in with this to smoke out my lower lash line. Okay, so now that I did the light pink, I'm going to go in with the darker pink, but kind of go in closer to my waterline. Alright, so now that I got my lash line fully smoked, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Superfan mascara once again, and then kind of add mascara to my lower lash line. If you guys are wondering what I have on my lips, I have the Mud lip pencil in the shade Natural. And then over top I put on the Buxom lip gloss in the shade Star. This one right here. So I paired these two together and that's what I got for my lips. But yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was really like summery for you guys. And I will see you guys soon. So I did do an Instagram poll vote. Wait. And you guys, my next video will be a review about the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, since that did win the poll on my Instagram. So I will be doing a review on that next. So stay tuned for that. But if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Bye!